I've got 3 words for you. Football is back. That's right. It's finally week 1. Yes. And we are kicking it off right with multiple millionaire contests here at DraftKings. So on Sunday, we have 2 million makers for you to enter, our $2.5 million prize pool contest, and then our huge $5 million prize pool contest, which is just $5 to enter. Both of those contests pay out $1 million to first place and could earn you a ticket to our DraftKings Tournament of Champions Live final coming up in January, where you can take another shot at $1 million. So go check them out now in the DraftKings lobby. All right, now, like I said, week 1, let's get into it with our NFL panel. DraftKings contributors Reid, Fowler, and Pearce, Dietrich. Fellas, it's finally time for Thursday Night Football Best Bets. Music to my ears. So I need your favorite bets for tonight's Dallas-Tampa Bay game. So the line has been moving around all preseason, 6.5 to 9.5. Now the Bucs are 8.5-point favorites heading into the game. So Reid, who do you like here?
Yeah, Pearce, you're going to appreciate this as an academic. I feel like if you're on the Dallas side, it's like Odysseus and the Sirens. It's so enticing to take this large number on this offense that we think can be like last year. But newsflash, Tampa Bay's defense and their offense are really, really good. Second and third respectively, I would argue, in the NFL right now. And look, if Tampa Bay's defense did if they do what they did against Patrick Mahomes and a Kansas City offensive line, that was, also in the sort of same feeling, right? A couple of guys last year in the Super Bowl not in terms of injuries, the same as Zach Martin, the guard, right now, who has PFF's one of their highest graded scores for a guard. Vita Vea and Ndamukong Suh are going to have a field day with Dak Prescott. So I can't put my faith right now in this Dallas defense and Mike McCarthy, so I'm going to stay away from that line and go Tampa Bay, which sounds a lot weird. And banner teams, Pearce, the teams that win from last year, they usually don't lose. You're always scared about that backdoor cover, but they don't lose.
Wow, Pearce, are you going with the Bucs?
I'm a sucker for the hero's journey. It's in our human DNA, so I will take the Cowboys. This is too many points. And I don't necessarily like the Cowboys, but this matchup, I think, is going to be very conservative. I think the teams are going to be a little bit rusty. I don't expect Tampa to come out and show everything that they've got. I don't see them throttling. I know Dallas has a bad defense. I just don't see a reason why Tampa Bay is going to reveal all their cards in week 1 when they can just play good defense, run the ball, and win this game easily. And I think Reid alluded to the way that this thing's going to work. You've got enough weapons on this Dallas team that they can get the backdoor cover here. So I will tell you, I hate that Zach Martin is out. It's not going to be pretty, but late in the game, the Cowboys will get the cover.
All right, Pearce, the over-under tonight is sitting at 51.5. So should we expect a shootout tonight? Do you possibly like the over here?
I don't. The line is moving in my direction. I know the public is expecting the shootout. Let me frame it this way. Forget everything we know. You've got a 43-year-old quarterback. You've got a great defense, a very capable running team. Do you expect a shootout? But here's the way that it's been framed. You've got the GOAT at quarterback, amazing weapons, a bad Dallas defense. So that's the story that people are hearing. That's what makes for good clickable articles and good social media chatter and good podcasts. Everyone's expecting the shootout. I will be the realist here and play the under.
Okay, Reid, it was sitting at 51. It moved to 51.5. What are we thinking here?
Yeah, Boomer appears here with the clickable, the CTRs and the articles. Who reads articles anymore? We write them, but who reads them? But look, I'm just kidding. Everyone does. I was sitting here ready to battle Pearce on why I think the under is a much better value when it comes to exactly what he was saying. And I think Brady is actually 44, Pearce. So I think he's 1 year older, which potentially can make a difference. No, that doesn't matter. 60% of the tickets and I believe 51% of the money is on the over. So what do we always do? We always want to fade the public. Pearce is all, and both of us, right? I think don't buy into the narratives that this is going to be a shootout. What scares me, the same as the backdoor cover, is the amount of the rate in which the Dallas Cowboys are going to potentially have to pass the ball quite a bit towards the end of this game. That scares me a little bit, but I'm on the under here as well, even though it's scary with this Dallas defense and all of everybody coming back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay, so Reid, looking at the bets that are available on the DK Sportsbook, which quarterback prop do you like?
Yeah, I do like Dak Prescott going over his pass attempts. I think it's set right now at 39.5. And this is just because what I said earlier, Jesse, is that it's, you have to pay 125, minus 125. So you got to lay some juice here. I do think that Dallas is going to have to pass. I think not having Zach Martin, I think that's going to be a big deal. And it's going to ruin the run game mentality or plan that McCarthy and the Dallas Cowboys are going to have. I think when you have 3 wide receivers that are capable of being 1s and 2s on other teams, you're going to have to lean on that. And let's not forget about Blake Jarwin as well. He went down with an ACL tear in week 1 last season. I think he's also viable as well. So I do like the over 39.5 pass attempts, laying 125 for Dak.
All right, Pearce, what do we think? Which quarterback prop do you like?
I'm going to stick with my prop from the other day, and that's Tom Brady going under. And obviously, I'm following a trend here. I just don't see Tampa going out and really laying it on Dallas. I mean, there's no reason. This is week 1. I get it. Last year, Tampa, the team was gelling at the end of the season, but they were making it a playoff push. They got much more aggressive. They were passing early in the downs, and it worked for them. But you don't need to do that in week 1. Tom Brady's not going to make it through an entire season if he's dropping back 40 times a game. They're going to want to run the ball. They're going to want to play conservative. Let their defense win games. I just don't see it. I know that they can. I know that this defense will allow plenty of yards, but I just don't understand why Bruce Arians would decide to go heavy on the pass in this game.
All right, any other prop bets standing out to you, Pearce?
I like Ronald Jones under 11.5 rush attempts. Now, I know I've been talking about the run, but if you look at this Tampa backfield, Bruce Arians said it's a hell of a group. You've got Leonard Fournette, you've got Ronald Jones, you got Keyshawn Vaughn, who can't even get on the field, but he's got plenty of talent. Gio Bernard. Oh, by the way, they've got a handful of good receivers. There's just so many ways that Ronald Jones just doesn't get an opportunity to run the ball. I know he got a lot of work at the end of the season last year, but that was because it was the postseason push. Early in the year, why would you want to run Ronald Jones into the ground? Save his legs for the end of the season. I like going under on his rush attempts.
Reid, what do we think? Any other prop bet standing out to you here?
Yeah, I think teasing down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, if you want to, is viable, just so you can really cover all your bases here. But I do think, and this is kind of going to my under/over bet in terms of the game total, I really like the under in the first half, 26.5 at minus 110. I do think that the Cowboys and Dak have to speed it up in the second half just because of what Tampa Bay is going to be able to do. And so if you take a look at both of the numbers, Jesse, the total and then the halves, they both came down. Like it's just one that you do like. 26.5, 27, I think is a key number. So getting on the under in that, I think, is absolutely viable. Dallas's defense is going to struggle versus Tampa Bay offense. And their secondary too, guys, 26th in PFF score, excuse me. It's not like this secondary is not going to be able to stop this 3-headed monster. And let's not forget Antonio Brown. All the guys in the camp, narrative street here, Pearce. Looks like he was as fast as he was 4 or 5 years ago. So watch out for Antonio Brown in week 1 as well.
We love narrative street here. All right, hit me with your favorite bet for the opener tonight, Reid. What is it?
Yeah, it's going to be that under. It's going to be the under right now for the game total. I just think there's so much value there. I think, like Pearce was saying, the narratives, people think it's going to be a shootout. I don't like it at all. So give me a better number on the under.
Pearce, what do we think?
Leonard Fournette over 34.5 rushing yards. This is a way too low of a number for the game script that I'm predicting. Dallas, yeah, they struggle against the pass, but they're also 24th rush DVOA. They made some defensive changes, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep him under that number. Leonard Fournette looked really good at the end of last season. And, like the rest of the players in Tampa, I think he's going to have a monster season this year.
But Pearce, Gio Bernard. What about Gio Bernard? He's there.
Yeah, I don't think, though, he's going to cut into his action.